Yeah, hey, Boom. I thought I'd do a video for you. Yeah, I hate sort of telling you, when you say I'll have a look at my pumpkins video. I hate doing it because I sort of suspect it hasn't changed. It hasn't, and I can't sort of, I sort of think, oh, what can I say that's good or something like that. But the truth of the matter is, your thinking is stuck. You're producing the same thing. Oh, it's good work. There's no doubt about that. It's good work. It's not interesting. There's nothing to it. There's no story. There's no humour. There's nothing to it. But the actual technical work is very good, and that's kind of what you've been on about ever since I've known you. That was the whole point of AutoCAD. You were going to learn AutoCAD, then you would earn good money because people would use your skills. This was 10 years ago, 15 years ago, was it? And then Blender, this is really what you're doing. Yeah, if I use this Blender, yeah, then even if you're probably thinking, even if people don't see that, there'll be more to go on my portfolio, that I can use Blender. I'm good with technical, and therefore people will pay me more money and I'll earn more money because I have those skills. You're now talking about it with yet another program that you could learn that, and it's a really complicated program, and because of that you'll earn more money. It's the same thing. It hasn't changed. You're on the same different programs. That's it. Different software. But it's all the same underlying thinking. And it hasn't worked so far. And look, you could be right. There is a chance it could work eventually. You might just get the right configuration, the right software. That could happen. I'm not saying it won't. But more than likely, if you've had no success with it so far, you don't use AutoCAD in your work. You got your engineering degree. Whether or not you could use AutoCAD, I don't know. You don't seem to have much interest in it. Yeah, but can you see what I'm driving at? But so far you've had zero success with it. See, at about your age, or maybe a little bit older, I started this. I started actually with one I just sent you on leases, capital leases is where I started, believe it or not. And I showed a student and she got it. And it was really easy. And it was actually easy for me to understand. I've since actually improved that, with this one idea, which works out being one sentence and one diagrammatical change at a time. Okay. I'm really happy with that. Really, it's perfect now. I couldn't get it. I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong. But as few as words as I was using, it was still too many for me. Now it's just perfect, okay? And I could even teach others how to do it, I reckon. Or at least, someone might come up with the diagrams, that are relevant to that section. So that could be your job if you ended up being good at coming up with some sort of diagram, to describe some mathematical thing or something, and then you get a writer to write around, use that diagram. You've seen how my diagrams are based. Yeah, you could be the diagrammatter. And you could have 3 people working for you. That could be a possibility. You actually might just have this knack of coming up with diagrams that, I could probably show you how to get you started. You go for simple diagrams that you get a certain form. But see, that's a possibility. And there's nobody else that can do that. And there's nobody else that has a need for that. But I just thought about it then. Yeah, that's because I say, oh, boom, we're doing economics, and we got this, and this is the second. We could do it online. I say, I'm thinking about a diagram like this. And you go, yeah, okay, leave it with me, and then you come up with a diagram or something, and then we hand it to a writer who does. See what I'm saying? It's like a factory. That's what I've got in mind. That's what I'd like to do. And have other people involved. Yeah, so you could be the diagrammer, or you could be quality control plus a diagrammer or something. You know what I mean? It's just sort of, you work in a factory, you work in I'm not suggesting we do this next week, or even next month, or maybe not even next year. I'm talking about just letting it hit your face. It's just, and what would you like to do? And what could you do maybe? Yeah, no, don't worry about selling it. There's thousands of sellers, okay? I'm production. Think of it like a factory. You know, we've got a sales department. That's all these guys. You know, that's sales. All right. You could probably organise sales right. You might wear 2 or 3 hats. All right. But I'm actually on the production floor. Right? It's a factory. Like you're part of environment. Okay. You're in that area. Whatever. It could be a whole area by itself. But you're in the environment department. And you've got others in marketing. You've got others in design. You've got in your turbine factory. You know, but all I'm interested in is mainly producing it. I'm not overly interested in the selling side of things. I'll leave that up to other people. So when this Indian called me and said, "Yeah, I'll sell that beauty. That's taken care of." But see, I'm probably more wanting somebody to help with production. I mean, yeah, you could be in sales. So like I sent you a little funny thing yesterday on sex. You know, super efficient communication systems. But I don't know. It could be anything. But I'm thinking about making a factory, just a small one. You know, like James' father-in-law has got a tile factory. They make tiles. They actually make them. You know, they've got ovens and that's how they design them as high-end tiles. You know, tiles go on the wall. Yeah. Yeah, that's his father-in-law has got that. Yeah, so it's got. I've always wanted to own a new age factory, a factory in the cloud. That's what I'm trying to put together. Okay. You know, there's nothing you can do tomorrow or the next day, or you know, I mean, it might not happen at all. I've been trying to do this for years, still hasn't happened. I'm moving along slowly. But you know, I'd like to sort of get it in place. I'd like to have people I know that I can work with. Okay, you know, you be one of them. I say, boom, right, you know, think about doing this. You know, if I can get this thing to pay, right. So you just stop work and you work. Yep. So, you know, we come up with a production line to get these things happening. Right now, it's just me doing everything. Man, it's so slow. Okay, you know, sometimes I get 2 sections done a day. I'm talking about a production line where, you know, we really step up production, get it going, and run it like a business. And I'm exhausted, you know. And if I can organise it and get younger people to start pumping energy into it. Okay, so you know what you do is you move. You could probably stay in the same block of flats that you're living in. This is just an idea, okay, something to think about. You know, or in the neighbourhood next door or something. Get a larger flat just to yourself. Okay. And that's where you set up a table there and you've got your computers and all that sort of thing, and the business that you become sort of as part of the we'll just write it off against business expenses. Okay, it becomes part of the factory in the cloud. Okay, but you're right there next to your mum and that sort of thing. But you've got your own space, got your own place. You can go and live there. I mean, that's got to be okay, eh? You know, but it's part of the factory floor. If you get what I'm saying, that way you're free, and you know, and then if we could really, this is just daydreaming, but if we could really get it going, yeah, we could all go and meet in England, or we could all go to Romania, or something, you know, and actually have a life. This is fucked. You know, I'm sitting here in a caravan, you're sitting there, you're living in a house, complaining about exactly the same thing, thinking exactly the same way, and getting nowhere. None of us. I'm about the only one that's moving forward, progressing slowly. But at least I'm moving forward, okay? And I'm so happy with the book. I could actually train people to, yep, right, you've got to get it, start off really simple, just some basic, really easy thing, and then you add to it, one idea at a time. But yeah, you'd need to, you know, someone would have to work out how the diagrams would go. And then okay, so you got a diagram maker, you know, and the writer working in, right now I'm doing everything. Okay, but I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but it'll be a whole system. Fucking brilliant, man. I reckon huge market. There's a lot of people will read this, as they can. And we'll find new markets for it, that sort of thing, if we can make it a factory. And it would give you, okay, look, it's not going to give you that total sort of thing, but I mean, it's still pretty pictures, okay? It's still working. I really like it. It's got a certain prettiness to it. It's mainly white space with just a touch of colour. I like it. It's really nice to work with. I don't know whether that's important to you when you work, but yeah, it's actually got a nice form to it. Yeah, so you make nice diagrams and you use those. You become a diagram coder. It'd be somewhere to doing what you're doing, somewhere close to it. It's designing it, but it's based on something that's real. And what I'm doing, is I'm basically taking free stuff off the internet. It's free, you can just get it, and value adding it. I'm just adding value to it, just converting it so people can understand it, at this stage. But we could do that for companies or anybody. But the whole point is, right now, if I was to die, it all dies with me. I was hoping to pass it on to my children, but they don't want to know me. That was my plan, to have some secrets to give to them, so that we have a family business. Because I don't think, as simple as it looks, I don't think people will be able to copy it for whatever reason. I think I need to teach it. I could be wrong, but I just don't think people will be able to copy it. They'll think they can, and they'll start about thinking, oh shit, what's so hard about this? I don't know, because it's really simple for me now. But it wasn't always simple. And it takes a long time to get down to just one sentence, believe it or not, and get that to flow. Yeah. So that's sort of what I'm thinking, but there's nothing to do. There's nothing. It's just sort of start churning it over in your mind. It's a possibility. It's building a business from scratch. Yeah, and you're in at the ground floor. There's a lot of potential in doing stuff like that. And it's a unique product. There's nothing like it in the world. It's new. So you're in at the ground floor. It might not work. There's no guarantee it'll work. But if it does, it could go, and I suspect it'll go really, really well. Okay, and then, but I mean, it's part of, you then become part of the creation. Like it's just a whole creative thing. The factory the creative factory in the cloud. It's all on the internet. I'm not going to get a building and put, bricks and stuff up. No, just I work in my area, and then we just work on Skype and Cam, and like we're doing. It's been happening slowly. So that's what's been happening slowly. Now James is coming on board slowly. Whether he ends up working with me or not, I don't know. But he's an okay guy. He's just got to get out. He's got to keep moving. He's getting there, but he's bogged as well. He's stuck as well, same as you. I don't know how many times he's told me about the bloody drill and about the house. But at least he's bought the drill and he's bought the printer. So he's getting unstuck. But you're stuck. You're still stuck, same as him. Okay, so all I can do is try and just sort of, I scream at James. But I actually get the shits with him. He starts talking about houses again, and I just, oh, fuck, not again. Because he's left his run too late. He's basically got to be out of that room in a week or two. He doesn't have a choice anymore. He's just got to get another room. That's it. And he gets so angry and so pissed off. What can I say? I don't want to go and work for the government either, but I have to. I don't think there's no point in talking about it, complaining about it, or saying how bad or wrong it is. Just go and do it. Do you know what I mean? That's just how it is. So maybe you've got to get a little bit that way yourself. Maybe that would help. Maybe you've just got to help Bob. Maybe you just don't have any other choices, really. He's the only one. So somehow you've got to be, work in with him and hope that the business gets up and going. Maybe. I don't know. You still have, but this is where, but if you keep listening to your mother and you keep going that way, you're going to get nowhere. I mean, you haven't got anywhere so far. You're going to work every day. It's a shit. You hate it. Yeah. And that's the way she sees it. That's how life is. My daughter, you went to university, you got a good job, you should be happy, but you're not, and you're getting older, no husband, career is, it could go up, it could actually keep going up from there, but I mean, you're not happy. That's the truth of it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be looking around, would you? You know, and it's that's what your mother doesn't want to see it. I mean, she wants you just to follow this, just do this nothing thing. Really, it's just nothing. You know, to satisfy her sense of what's right and what's wrong. I mean, who cares? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe she's got the right idea. You know, maybe you should just turn yourself off altogether and just do what you're supposed to do and just do it. You know, the old-fashioned way. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I thought. I just thought I'd send that to you. Good talking to you, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.